Hey everyone, I'm at the industry night event for the Twin Cities Film Festival, and it's funny because I just had one of my subscribers message me earlier today, earlier this week, saying that what does one do? How does one create that courage to present themselves in the exterior world? Like as an actor, this is my product to some degree, and my physicality, the way that I look, that's something I have to sell to people. So what do you do when that's on the table and like you don't feel confident about your looks? And in response to that, I want to bring up this Roman concept of auctoritas. Auctoritas is how the modern conception of the word authority came to be. And it basically is presence, a mysterious power of command that the Romans would attribute to the gods. And every general, every politician, his sole ambition was to garner more auctoritas to his name through accomplishments. And so, I want to acknowledge that, looking good, being attractive, is certainly a foot in the door with anyone. People will be willing to give you more of a chance when you look good. At least that's been my experience with that. But there is attraction that goes beyond your looks. And the four traits that I think that, if developed, and as I have continued to develop in my own life, I feel leads to greater attraction. And the first of those is energy. There's this saying that goes, fatigue makes everyone a coward. And I think the opposite of that is true as well. Like, if you are full of energy, if you just have a tremendous amount of energy, then it naturally makes you more courageous. Like, you're just bubbling with energy. Sometimes that energy is enough to carry you past your fear and carry you towards the direction of like what I'm going to have to do for the rest of this night is just introduce myself to strangers. One of the things that I have in spades now is a lot of energy and like that sheer like guerrilla like enthusiasm to just put myself out there. And to develop energy, that's a lifelong process of learning the foods that are best for your body, that are nutrient dense for your own physique, that really make you feel amazing, having an awesome workout routine set in place, and especially doing what you can to get enough sleep. The higher your energy, the more your courage, the more your personal enthusiasm for being willing to present yourself to the world. Trait number 2 is desire. If you have an amazing goal, if you have a sheer like something within you that needs to be expressed, then that desire can sometimes carry you past the fear of what you have to do. For example, I just want to acknowledge that I'm vlogging in public right now, right? I'm making this in public, and I feel quite embarrassed about it. Like, in this moment, I'm feeling anxiety as I back up into this crowd. I'm feeling a degree of like, oh my god, are people looking at me? Like, this is weird. Do I even sound authentic to you guys right now through this camera? Or are you guys going to think I'm some schmuck? I feel that every time I put out a piece of content on YouTube. But I have enormous desire to express myself. I've been cultivating these strong disciplines in my life. I've been adding in so much more, like personal cultivation, that my desire is way greater than my fear. And so I don't mind backing up into a crowd and just like reaching, I don't know, you'll see me in a minute. I might vlog the rest of this night. I would definitely be putting myself out there more and more. And just like, I'm going to try to do all I can to talk to everyone I can tonight. Despite being afraid, because my desire to express my acting, my storytelling, and my need to connect with other people, I feel it growing spectacularly. And some of the topics that I've talked up to now on this channel relate 1000% in accordance with that. Retaining of the vital force, meditation, all of these things, they cultivate your need to express what is within you. And another discipline that you can add that may aid with this expression, to build up your desire, is to create a vision board. Like if you look at images that create enormous want within you, sometimes that is what can pull you out of a flat line. That is what can pull you out of a rut and just like give you the courage. Because that's what's required. It'll give you the courage to put yourself out there. Trait number 3 is momentum. Momentum is that rolling of the snowball down a hill. When you start taking action, like when you start trying to go about doing something, that in itself starts to create a snowball effect. Even if what you do fails. You know, with regard to like the law of attraction, something that I've found is like, if I try something and it fails, often from another direction comes the result I'm looking for. And so my striving didn't produce the result, but I feel like the momentum that I built up as a result of my striving is what allowed for things to start happening. So you've got to write down what you're going after. You've got to look it dead in the eye, and you've got to approach it like what Jordan Peterson would say is a monster. You've got to go about your goals like a monster, like someone who is willing to get weird, someone who's willing to completely expose himself and take a punch, take a beating in result of it. But in that striving, in that momentum that you start to create, things start to happen. They have to. It's one of the laws of the universe. You know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Something has to start happening when you take action and start building momentum. And that in itself is a source of personal magnetism, regardless of how your looks look. And the last trait that one needs to develop that is very powerful in the cultivation of personal attraction is a trait called presence. The ability to be here right this second. The ability to look people dead in the eye and be still and be authentic. I mean, it's a very challenging thing to do, and the only thing that you can do to build up more of this is meditation. But if you focus on these results, the cultivation of energy, desire, momentum, and presence, then to some degree you can supersede whatever your looks are. And maybe that's, you know, easy for me to say because I look okay. At least I think I do. But I completely empathize with anyone who feels like their looks get in the way of being able to talk to a girl or to get the results they want in a networking strategy capacity. I mean, I continue to feel this way. And I think I will for a period of time because I think it's a very human thing to experience that social anxiety, to experience that lack of confidence. But what we can do is devote ourselves to the cultivation of surrounding disciplines, and we can make something happen. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, and thank you so much for watching this video. I know the audio must be a little harder to hear on this one, but I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, greatness is coming. Cheers.